Hi everyone, and welcome to the WonderNat 10,000 subscribers special. Yay! But at this point, it's okay. This is now the 50,000 subscribers special. Thank you all so much. Because a lot of you were confused in the last video when I was announcing we had hit 10K. And I was almost at 30K at the time of uploading. But in my defense, I did not expect to grow that much in only a few days after recording. Speedrun to 100,000? So I've seen a lot of comments asking me what kind of brush I use, the program I use, or what I edit with. So first things first, I use Procreate to draw. I have an iPad with Apple Pencil support that I've been using for almost 4 years now, so you can see I'm pretty much a pro. And for any of you trying to get started with digital art or Procreate specifically, it looks totally confusing at first, but I'll do my best to explain some of the stuff I've learned in my experience using Procreate. But if you are looking for a free alternative, I would recommend IBIS Paint X and Clip Studio. Second up, what brush do I use? I'm gonna be honest, when I saw people asking this question, I wasn't 100% sure because I honestly got my brushes by just messing around like a year or two ago. But here is the brush I use. And I did figure out how to export brushes. So in the description, there will be a link to a Dropbox where you can download the brush for yourself if you have Procreate. Also, a side note, I don't really mess with the brushes anymore because it's so confusing to me. So I usually just let them be. Third and last for this section, what do I edit with? I use Premiere Pro. I will be honest though, it is not very beginner friendly. So if you would like to try out editing your own stuff at a more advanced level on the computer, I would recommend using Cyberlink Power Director, as that's actually what I use for some of my earlier videos. The thing is, they both are a bit expensive, so if you're looking for something free or you can only edit on your phone, I recommend CapCut. There's no watermark, and that's honestly what I use to edit a bunch of my TikTok videos. If you're ever wondering about anything else, I always remember to leave the game I'm playing along with what I used to draw and edit in the description of my videos. Here's all the stuff that I have done recently. You might recognize some of the stuff as thumbnails or some of the drawing videos. For example, this right here was the thumbnail for the last video. And this, actually I can see, this took me 2 hours and 14 minutes, and you can see all of the layers right here. All the stuff I used. So whenever I'm going to just make a normal drawing, honestly, I just go with a 150 by 150 canvas, and I don't know why, I just like the square. This is my sketch pen right here. Ooh. So to start with, I got my first layer. Let's start off with a circle and some lines to kind of get the direction of the face. So like turning to the side. Put this for now. Just kind of get her hand up. A good tip to remember with drawing like eyes and nose, at the bottom of the ears, this is this line I've made right here and right here. The top of the eyes will go to the top of the ears, and the bottom of the nose will go to the bottom of the ears, which is kind of like a good tip to know if you lined it up correctly or not. And another thing to remember is that everybody does have a hairline. So when placing the hair, you kind of want to mark out a hairline and then add your hair from there. As you can see, this is really messy. So sometimes what I will do after making a sketch, I will just go over the original sketch of like another sketch. But I'll be honest, I usually don't do that unless I am making like an actually nice drawing, or like if I want to make the drawing very detailed and precise. So we've got this. Let's turn down the opacity and go to the next layer, and I'm just going to do like a second sketch. And I will just turn the opacity down on this one and go straight into line art. I feel like line art can either make or break a piece. When making line art, here I'll show you right now. Go into the pen, and if you see stabilization right here, once you turn stabilization up, it kind of makes your lines more smoother. I do like using no stabilization because I feel like it adds a bit of a more handmade feel to it. It's definitely up to personal preference, but that's just what I prefer. If you've seen my Roblox character, you'll know that she has got like a little checkered pattern on it. I usually don't draw it just for the sake of time and just to simplify stuff. Oh no, I do not like how that hand turned out. Go. It looks pretty cute. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then I'll just get rid of the sketch layer. Wow. I really like, oops, what is this? Okay. I really like how this came out. Wow. All right. And so next, what I will do is make a layer above the, or below the line art, and click on this and press reference. Because without reference, it would just color the entire canvas. So that is why it's important to put reference on. I'm just gonna go in and color drop all this stuff. And I'll just make a layer for each of the colors. For shirts, when coloring with very light or very dark colors, it's a good thing to remember to not always use the most extreme values, because it can kind of make the drawing look a bit harsh. Rather than, as you can see, for the white in her eyes, I'm using kind of an off-white. Right, and so now I will just go in with a clipping layer over the hair, all the lighter areas. And what I like to do after I make these highlights is I'll go into my eraser, and I have a soft brush, and I will just take this and I'll kind of, let's see, and I'll kind of airbrush sides, because it gives it a more of a softer look. And so what I will do after this is duplicate it, turn 1 to add, turn down the opacity, and then I will go to Gaussian blur and turn that up a little bit. And this one to normal. There we go. And I will also go in with a darker value. Okay, and after I'm done, I'll turn this to multiply, so I can kind of take the values down a little bit. And so here I'll go into the eyes really quick, and I like to take a bluish tone to shade the eyes with rather than a gray, because I feel like it looks a lot more natural and nicer. See, I've already got a pre-selected value that I have been using, and I will just go in and do the shading. If you're wondering why it is kind of a strange pinkish value, see what I will do, turn it to multiply and turn the opacity down, and wow! So I'll go with my eraser. Right, and here is my most favorite. Oh, I forgot about the eyes. Okay, let me do that really quick. Right, and over everything, I will do a complete white. There we go. Yay. Okay, now I get to do my favorite part, where I go over everything once again, and I grab this color, this bright pink, and go to the soft brush, and I get to give her blush. I love doing this part because it puts everything together. If you noticed in my drawing people, I always try to at least do the blush, because I feel like it adds a lot to it and it just makes the character more lively. Yay! And also I will go into the line art and kind of seek this brush and kind of color the line art itself to make the blush look a little more pink. Yeah, it just adds that nice subtle effect. So another detail that I will add when making my drawings, I'll turn the background to a nice still pink. Make it lighter. Yeah, I love that color. Switch to white and just make a nice big outline around everything. I feel like it makes the artwork kind of just pop. You know what? I think that's it for this entire tutorial. Or, okay, I wouldn't really say it's a tutorial, but just showing you how to make my artwork from start to finish. And if we look in the canvas information, let's see. So this took me 1 hour and 4 minutes. Hey, that's pretty good. Hope everyone enjoy. I'm really happy with how this turned out. There we go. Ta-da! Okay, so the first question is, when did you start drawing? If you have some of your first drawings, please show us. So I've always liked to draw ever since I could hold a crayon, but I started to take art seriously in 2015 when I posted my first work of art on Instagram. Technically, this wasn't really mine because I followed a tutorial I found on YouTube, so this would have to be the first original piece of art that I posted online. Also, since I usually just draw digitally now, here was my first piece of digital art. Beautiful, right? Do you have any pets? I do not. I'm very allergic to pets, and so is most of my family. But we do have chickens. When did you start playing Roblox? I started playing Roblox in, I believe it was 2016. It was right after they took off ticks, because I remember my cousin who got me into it was like, yeah, you can get free clothes doing this. And I was like, what? Where? But it was gone. It was gone like a month before I joined. Face reveal? You know what? I'll think about it. Maybe that's something for like a million, but no promises. No promises. maybe. Okay, so that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. This is kind of sudden, but I don't know how to end this. Outro. Please. No. No. Oh, I got it. Look what I have. But here, you